playground of potential. My name is Matthew Salzman, and this is my playground. Today I'd like to share with you a talk on the energy body. In the last episode, I discussed how chi and prana, this life force energy, this subtle force flows through all things. Well, the energy body is quite simply the subtle container through which this energy flows within our own being. Now, it's depicted in many different traditions in different ways. So the yogic tradition sees them as the chakras. These 7 chakras that run up and down the spine are the most simple form of that tradition. And within the traditional Chinese medicine system, you see the meridians and the channels, the Du channel running up the back of the spine, the Ren channel running down the front body. And the meridian system, so on the surface of the thin skin or just below, you have this subtle energy flow of chi. What we're discovering now is that science is actually finding some corollaries between the meridian system and the fascial system. So in the same way that the subdermal fascial system exists and flows throughout the body, well, they found that this tightly or closely relates to the system of flow of chi within the meridian system. There's another corollary within the yogic tradition. You have the nerve ganglia centered right over the first 4 chakras. And then the top 3 chakras actually relate to glands, the thyroid gland, the pineal gland, and pituitary gland. Closely relate to these upper chakras, as they call it. I say all this to sort of keep your mind open to the idea of this subtle energy body. While it's not that easily detectable, I do believe that in time we will come to find that science will be able to pick up on these more subtle energies, and these ancient traditions will be vindicated in their intuitive knowing of the flow of chi and prana. So, I'm going to share with you a basic understanding of the yogic tradition, the chakra system, which is probably the most common of energy bodies you see depicted. If you've ever seen a picture, kind of like this one, you've seen the energy body, you've seen the chakra system. It's these 7 chakras running up the spine, starting at the base of the spine, going to the crown of the head, and each one has a color of the rainbow attached to it. Now, each of these different chakras actually is related to a different level of consciousness. So as I discuss this system, I will begin by telling you what each color is, what the chakra's name is within the Western world, and what level of consciousness is attached to it. So beginning at the base of the spine, you have the root chakra. And the root chakra is red. And it is attached to the level of consciousness of security and safety and basic needs, and sort of like a grounded earthly sort of needs and desires. Moving up from there, you have the sacral chakra. Now, this sacral chakra is associated with sexuality and creativity. It's located just a few inches below the navel, and it also is associated with the dantian within the traditional Chinese medicine tradition. So what I find interesting is where there's corollaries, there tends to be truth. And within the traditional Chinese medicine system, you have the Dantian representing where we store our procreative energy, our procreative qi that they call Jing. So a fun little corollary between the two systems. Moving up from there, you have the solar plexus chakra. It's yellow in color and is associated with the level of consciousness of the willpower and doing and succeeding and achievement and ambition. These things are found there as well as the ego and that sort of mindset. Moving up from there, you have the heart chakra, and this chakra is green. It's associated with love and compassion, as well as courage and passion. Moving up from there, you have the throat chakra. It is blue in color, and it is associated with self-expression. As you might imagine, we talk from our throat chakra. We speak out our expression into the world. It's also associated with the five senses. And I want to make it clear that it's also the self-expression that it refers to can also be writing or any sort of expression where you put your own truth out into the world. Moving up from there, you have the third eye chakra, which is violet or purple in color. And it is associated with the level of consciousness of insight and mental faculties. Not surprising, it's located within the brain itself. It's also often associated with the pineal gland. There's much more to say about that with the eye of Horus, and if you ever look at a diagram of the human brain, it actually looks like an eye right in the center where that pituitary gland exists, attached to the hypothalamus. But once again, where we find corollaries, we find truth. Okay, so moving up from there, we have the crown chakra, which is a golden white or golden light color, and is associated with the level of consciousness of the divine and our connection to the divine. And spiritual guidance comes through this chakra. And interestingly enough, within the West, you find the Jewish tradition with the yarmulke covering the crown chakra as a constant reminder of our connection to God. So clearly there's another corollary there. Now, each of the chakras also has certain attributes attributed to them where when they are not functioning properly. So with the root chakra at the base of the spine, you have a lack of security, insecurity, a lack of feeling safe. Interestingly enough, there's another corollary with Freud. He believed that anal retentiveness in children actually created anxious adults, and anxiety being attached to insecurity and a lack of feeling safe. We can see that overlay. Moving up from there, a adapted sacral chakra will show itself as an inability to be creative. You might have sexual dysfunction. You could have writer's block. It could show up in many different ways. Moving up from there, we have the solar plexus chakra. And when that is not working properly, we have an inability to get things done. We have an inability to assert ourselves in the world. It's hard for us to take yang action, the movement that we actually create with in this world. Moving up from there, we have the heart chakra. And when that is not working properly, we find it difficult to love and connect with others. We also have a difficulty loving ourselves, so we might have a lot of negative self-talk if we are, depleted within this chakra. Moving up from there, we have the throat chakra. And when the throat chakra is not working properly, we find that we can't express ourselves. And I believe in one of my earlier videos, I spoke of when I lost my voice, it was because I wasn't speaking my truth. I wasn't expressing myself. So it goes both ways. We have to utilize these chakras in their proper way for them to function properly. And then I had a physical sort of ailment come from that, psychological or energetic depletion within the throat. All right. So moving up from there, I have the third eye chakra. And when the third eye chakra is not functioning properly, we lack insight and we lack intuition and we lack the ability to use our imagination and that form of mental creativity. Moving up from there, we have the crown chakra. And the crown chakra, when it is not properly satiated with energy, we find ourselves disconnected from the divine. So we no longer have that divine guidance coming in clearly. Now, in the next video, I will share with you all a technique that I've adapted to feed the chakras with energy. It'll be a form of meditation that I've used and found very effective in centering myself and finding real balance in my life. So I'll be sharing that next video. I hope you liked the video. If you did, please hit the like button. And I still have my offers out there. So if you're interested in self-mastery sessions, one-on-one Zoom sessions with me, in which I help guide you to your highest potential, please reach out to me at playgroundofpotential@gmail.com. You can also reach out to me there if you're interested in a signed copy of my book or a personalized poem on a topic of your choice, typewritten just for you. So I look forward to sharing much more content with you in the future. And until then, please subscribe to the channel and share this video with others. And please share in the comments below your own experiences with the energy body. And I'll see you in the next video where I share my meditation with you. Until then, peace.